Now, Play Dead is a 2022 movie that tells the story of Chloe Albright, a young medical student trying to push her way through school in hopes of becoming a criminologist. But a botched robbery that would incriminate her brother forces Chloe to try and cut corners and cover her brother's tracks. Now, this leads her into a more twisted situation that involves a crooked mortician and the people he works for. So, why should you watch this movie? Reason number 1, the robbery. In 2022's Play Dead, due to trying to finish medical school and mounting bills, Chloe's brother TJ and her husband Ross decides to solve their problem by robbing a store. Ross wants to do the right thing by Chloe and get her through school, all the while helping TJ get on his feet and even handle some bills around the house. With TJ being timid and scared to pull off the robbery, Ross ensures TJ that all he has to do is be the getaway driver. So the nervous TJ agrees and Ross goes inside to pull off the heist. Reason number 2, the mistake. In 2022's Play Dead, while trying to pull off a heist to help his wife through med school and hopefully catch up on mounting bills, Ross is shot in the line of fire trying to rob a store. Now this is something that Ross had never done. Plus, Ross used a fake gun to attempt to rob a store. And without a true weapon to defend himself, Ross gets shot and dies at the scene. Now, TJ, however, escapes, but leaves incriminating evidence at the scene, tying him back to the crime. Reason number 3, the cover-up. Now, in 2022's Play Dead, after her brother TJ arrives home after a botched store robbery that left her husband dead, Chloe, a medical student, attempts to fake her death using Adderall by stopping her heart and being pronounced dead. This allows her to infiltrate the morgue where her dead husband's body is located to steal his cell phone, which is the only piece of evidence that ties her brother back to the robbery. But there is one big problem. Reason number 4, the mortician. In 2022's Play Dead, Chloe, a medical student, fakes her own death to steal evidence from a morgue. But the mortician of the morgue is no ordinary mortician. He's a cold-blooded serial killer who runs a human trafficking and organ trafficking operation. And while Chloe manages to get the cell phone and erase the evidence that incriminates her brother, leaving is tougher than she thought, because the mortician will not let her leave. And after she manages to spot his illegal operation, he decides that she has some valuable body parts that he'd like to take. Reason number 5, one big problem. In 2022's Play Dead, after faking her death to steal evidence from a robbery that would incriminate her brother, Chloe infiltrates a morgue, but the crooked mortician refuses to let her leave on the account she stumbles on his human trafficking operation. Getting in was hard enough, but leaving is even tougher because this mortician works for the cartel. And not only does he have a lot of money behind his operation, but the local police is also on his side. So calling the cops is useless. I mean, this guy has cameras everywhere. Plus, his German Shepherd is ready and willing to attack at will. Now, in the end, 2022's Play Dead is a wild ride. This movie keeps you guessing at every turn, and I enjoy how the character of Chloe uses her criminology knowledge to cover up crimes. She then uses that same skill to try to get out of trouble. But the best part about this movie is that the more Chloe tries to do to help herself, the more she ends up getting in trouble even more. And she goes from one perilous moment to another, and you never know how this movie will end until it does. And I appreciate the filmmakers for keeping us on our toes as we follow this story, because I highly recommend this movie, because if you're like me, you'll have a good time with it. And until next time, when CEDtalks horror.